5, 6, and 11 a.m. Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 4:30.
Now at 4:30, game night, GERD. We're getting you ready for the big night in Huskers softball as the Big Red takes a shot at a World Series championship. Plus, stand by for sign-off, the state of negotiations in the Iran war as both sides trade strikes amid a tense ceasefire. And a day for donations, how people here in Lincoln are creating impact for local organizations on a day meant for giving. And we begin tonight with the high anticipation as Husker softball is swinging at a big championship. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Rod Fowler. The Huskers are taking a shot at a title in the College World Series. Tonight's game coming up here in just a few hours. And while the main action is taking place in Oklahoma City, here at home, fans are gathering to watch on the big screens. We're also keeping our eyes on the sky. Let's check in with Rusty to see what the forecast is looking like. Rusty?
There's a pretty good chance we're going to see some rainfall over the next several hours. There it is, much needed, by the way. I know we may have some outdoor plans and things like that, but in the grand scope of things, hopefully this helps more people than it hinders. But a lot of scattered showers out there right now in south central Nebraska, which was expected if you watched our forecast last night or this morning. And now starting to move into southeastern Nebraska, zooming into that spot right along here. Gage County to Pawnee County, north and east, starting just barely making its way into Lancaster County. Some light rain showers towards Grand Island, Kearney, up towards Broken Bow. Again, much needed precipitation, but if you have outdoor plans tonight, you may need to go inside just for a little while. Now, I'm not seeing a whole lot of lightning either, but still gray skies. 2017 Yankee Hill Road, Honda of Lincoln at 83 degrees. Wind gusts at 24 miles per hour. So the wind is a little windy in some spots, but not everywhere. Some wind gusts at 30 or 40. It is warm, 83 in Lincoln, 74 in Hebron, 82 in Nebraska City. Some 60s off to the west, but some dew points out there that are relatively high as well. We'll talk more about that rain chance tonight in a few minutes.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, we're in for quite a treat with tonight's matchup, Arkansas and Nebraska. We're going to hear from head coach Ron Revelle speak on the matchup in just a little bit. But this game means so much for both teams. Nebraska playing in its first Women's College World Series since 2013. Arkansas will be, well, their first appearance in the Women's College World Series. And NCAA softball pumped out some sick pump-up videos ahead of today's action. A moment this team has been striving for all season, one pitch at a time. Here was Coach Revelle on playing Arkansas and what challenges they present.
They're really a balanced lineup. They have power. They have some speed. They remind us of our lineup. They have a couple more lefties that they run consistently in their lineup, but they really remind us of our lineup. Everyone up and down through the orders, I think hitting over 300 and kind of like ours, and everybody can take one over the fence, but they can also hit for average as well. And then in the circle, they've got a righty and they've got a lefty, and they both win a lot of games.
Again, first pitch is set for 8:30 p.m. Both teams have a dynamic righty and lefty pitchers. Both head coaches, great friends, and as Coach mentioned, they match up so well. Should be a great first game between these two. We'll, of course, keep you updated throughout the action on our Now Local news app this evening and have an update tonight at 10. For now, though, we'll send things back over to you guys.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jay Coleman reporting live in downtown Lincoln. This is the location of one of many watch parties tonight, of course, for the Nebraska softball's game in the Women's College World Series. But tonight, we get a chance to talk with a former Nebraska softball player, a 4-year captain, Maddie Fowler, who was actually a member of the last time a Nebraska softball team made the Women's College World Series back in 2013. So we're hearing from her perspective on this season, what similarities and differences she sees in her 2013 ball club to now this year, and also her predictions for the Huskers as well. We'll talk about that all, much more right here on the news at 5 and 6.
For Channel 8 News, I'm Adrian Ward. It's been quite the experience for the Huskers in Oklahoma City so far. The team had the chance to enjoy an incredible performance from one of their own, an equipment manager. Take a look at this. He's also a part-time flame-throwing baton twirler. He's apparently been waiting for just the right moment when the team makes the College World Series to show off his talents. Definitely worth the wait. The team had another surprise in store for them. Coach Ravel could barely believe it. That's the iconic Tanya Tucker giving the team a call. The Huskers have adopted her song, Delta Dawn, as their unofficial team song for years now. Coach Ravel started that tradition. Tanya Tucker wished the team good luck personally and even sang a bit of Delta Dawn for them. It's a full circle moment for the team to meet someone that inspires and motivates them.
By the way, I have that Delta Dawn song on a 45 record at home. Hey, let us hear what you think. How far do you believe the Nebraska softball team will go in the Women's College World Series? You can vote right now on our poll of the day at KOKNTV.com. And then make sure to tune back in tonight at 5 for the results and a full breakdown of the Huskers softball game. And we are following this team's incredible run on our Now Local News app. All of these updates are from the postseason alone. We've shared dozens of videos so far. All you need to do is use the QR code on your screen right there to download the app today and get up to the minute news about your favorite team. Other news now, U.S. and Iranian negotiators believe they have a draft agreement for a short-term deal. Here's ABC's Christiane Cordero.
Today, another attempt to potentially break the deadlock between the U.S. and Iran. U.S. sources with knowledge of the negotiations say American and Iranian negotiators agree on a proposal to formally extend the current ceasefire and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Neither President Trump nor the Iranian regime have signed off on the agreement, but sources say they believe the plan on the table can win support from both countries. It comes just hours after back-and-forth airstrikes across the Middle East. The Iranian military released this video claiming to show missile launches. ABC News has not been able to verify the video. U.S. Central Command says it struck Iranian drones near the Strait of Hormuz last night. Soon after, Kuwait's air defense systems intercepted an Iranian missile.
If that wasn't intercepted, I can see that this entire war would have been kicked back off and we would have gone back into major combat operations.
Even as negotiators work out a ceasefire extension, today both the U.S. and Iran accuse each other of violating the current agreement. Iranian state media read a statement today from its supreme leader, accusing the U.S. of trying to create division to compensate for what it calls failures. If top U.S. and Iranian leaders agree on the new proposed deal, the crucial Strait of Hormuz would gradually reopen over the next 60 days, with the U.S. ending its naval blockade there and Iran loosening its grip. Iran insists it has sovereignty over the strait, while the Trump administration is adamant the regime will not control the strait long term.
Nothing is going to be on the table until we see the Strait of Hormuz open and the Iranians agree that they have to turn over the highly enriched uranium and that they can't have a nuclear program.
One thing not hashed out in the new proposal, Iran's future nuclear capabilities. The short-term deal would allow for a 60-day window to negotiate that issue. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Well, your gas money is stretching a little farther this week, with prices at the pump seeing the biggest drop in a single day since 2008. AAA says prices fell more than 3 cents on average, and the national average is now $4.43 a gallon. That drop seen at gas stations here in Lincoln as well, with one place showing $4.19, as you can see in this video shared on our Now Local News app by citizen journalist Kevin. New at 4:30, a controversial big solar farm project in York County is changing hands. County officials say Sandhills Energy will now be in charge of it. You might remember Omaha Public Power District originally got the contract, but it wasn't happy with restrictions that were approved by county commissioners there. So OPPD made a deal with Sandhills. The 3,000-acre solar farm is expected to connect up to 310 megawatts of solar and battery storage capacity to the grid. Right now, 2 people are confirmed dead in Washington state after a chemical tank ruptured at a paper plant. 9 people are presumed to have died. ABC's Jacqueline Lee has more.
The death toll is rising at a Washington state paper plant after a chemical tank ruptured Tuesday. Authorities resuming the search for 9 people still missing.
There are members working the site tirelessly that have lost co-workers, lost friends, and they remain dedicated to focusing on our recovery efforts.
The devastation at Nippon Dineware Packaging Co. in Longview, Washington, about 2 hours south of Seattle, is clear. Contamination gear is roped off. Fire boots are covered in so-called white liquor, a toxic substance used in the paper-making process. More than 550,000 gallons of it spilled out when the tank ruptured. Some of the chemical did enter the Columbia River, according to the Director of Support Services for Nippon Dineware Packaging. The EPA is monitoring for potential environmental impacts.
We're bracing ourselves for this being the deadliest industrial tragedy in modern Washington state history.
7 employees are hospitalized, 2 people have died, and 9 workers are presumed dead, marking what is likely one of the deadliest U.S. workplace accidents in years. Many family members still waiting for word on missing loved ones.
I'm frustrated because we all want to know, A, where our family members and friends are, and B, why this happened.
Authorities say there's no hope of finding survivors. The Director of Support Services for the company said they will cooperate fully with the investigation.
On behalf of NDP, these are our people. We are focused on our people. We are focused on helping our responders find and recover those people. That is our focus today.
The governor telling ABC News that the state will investigate why this incident occurred and implement safety measures so this doesn't happen again. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And coming up after the break, seniors living their best lives, why Lincoln is acing its goals and making the city older people friendly. Learn about the renewed commitment towards senior community members. And coming all new at 5 o'clock, a big voice in Husker sports speaks on the Huskers' run for a World Series championship. We're going to hear from the icon coming up.
For when the day runs hot, the Climate Collection from Sleep Number. And right now, everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on the Climate Collection. Limited time only at Sleep Number.
We're here for all the action. Every team, every matchup, every night, bringing you the best local sports coverage in the game. Channel 8, bringing you Nebraska Now.
Toughness, strength, passion, results. When your team takes the field, this is what you expect. And if you've been injured, this is what you will get when you work with Friedman Law Offices. We don't battle it out on the field, we battle it out in the courtroom. Friedman Law suits up against the insurance company and fights hard for the compensation you deserve, helping injured people. It's what we do, it's all we do. Call Friedman Law, 402-476-1093.
Dive into good times with crispy chicken McNuggets and your go-to sauces. Right now, get a 20-piece for just $6. So, go ahead, dip in. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Every story starts somewhere, and in our community, many begin at the library, where curiosity is sparked, futures are shaped, and people of all ages have access to knowledge, technology, and opportunity. Through the power of literacy, we open doors, investing in learning, imagination, and opportunity for our community. This Give to Lincoln Day, May 28th, or anytime, support the Foundation for Lincoln City Libraries and help write the next chapter for our community, because great libraries don't just hold stories, they help write them.
This Memorial Day, find savings worth remembering in the Sleep Gallery at Schaefer's and bring home comfort that makes every night unforgettable. Right now, you can get a king for the price of a queen or a queen for the price of a twin on select King Coil iBed, Intimate, and Sutherland mattresses. Or save $500 on Bedgear's fully customizable M3 mattresses. Plus, now through Memorial Day, get free delivery and setup on your new mattress. A memorable night's rest starts now during the Memorial Day savings event in the Sleep Gallery at Schaefer's.
Make the most of money-saving May at Jensen Tire and Auto. Save up to $260 on Goodyear, Cooper, Continental, General, and Starfire tires. Plus, get $20 off an oil change. Schedule today at jensentireandauto.com.
Happening right now, it's Give to Lincoln Day. It's Lincoln's one big day of giving, a chance for you to make donations to your favorite charities and nonprofits until midnight tonight. The celebrations for the big day happening on Tower Square at 13th and P today. Citizen journalist Kevin sending some video from that to our Now Local News app. Vendors packing the square. The Lincoln High School band even making an appearance to provide some entertainment. I just checked a little bit ago. So far, more than $9 million has been donated so far. And city leaders renewing the city's commitment to making Lincoln a friendly place for older community members. This morning, the mayor announcing AARP is extending Lincoln's designation as an age-friendly community until 2029. That status was first established in 2024. The director of Aging Partners saying they're working with the city to provide seniors with critical needs.
Common themes included the need for clearer access to trusted information, more reliable and accessible transportation options for those who do not drive, and housing that supports aging in place.
As many seniors in Lincoln are facing challenges like high cost of living and social isolation. Right now, Lincoln has close to 60,000 people who are 65 and older. Officials say that number is growing by 1,500 every year, and they're striving to offer all of them the means to live their best lives. Now to your full forecast at 4:30. Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins joins us for that. Rusty.
The potential for precipitation is on the rise. In fact, we've got just a splash of it moving through by 5 or 6 o'clock, and then it kind of tapers off a little bit, and then it goes all the way up by 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then it should bend back down as we head through the day tomorrow. Much needed precipitation at that. Temperature-wise, we're looking at 60s by early tomorrow morning, upper 60s though. So I think we're going to be in the 70s for a good portion of the day tomorrow, and I think we'll linger in the 80s at least for the next couple of hours. Wind speed, not an issue at all. Less than 10 miles per hour as we head through tonight, and wind gusts, maybe 15 miles per hour by early tomorrow morning. There's that rainfall I was talking about, just that quick swath of rain there, then kind of a break, but scattered showers on and off. This is exactly what models had last night. Central and south central Nebraska with the first dose of rain as we head through the afternoon hours, and then eventually this area was supposed to fill in, and that's exactly what's happening. So good on that model. ABC Seamless, oh, that road is so close. I can just feel it. It is really close to being open, and boy, as soon as it does, that is going to be a much easier intersection to get through, I can tell you that. But 48th and Cornhusker Highway, ABC Seamless. Precipitation-wise, we are still below average. We so far right around 8 inches. We should be just a little above 2 inches, or excuse me, 10 inches, so we're just a little above 2 inches behind where we should be. Temperature-wise, over the last 24 hours, we were really warm yesterday, almost got to 90. And then today, warm too, 83 today, 86 yesterday. So very similar, just I think more clouds today than we did have yesterday. And then rain chances out there, then a little bit of a break through sunset, and then more chances for rain after midnight with a light southeast wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Your forecast to cut the lawn, I think it's probably, it just kind of depends on where you're at, but we'll say fair, because you can dodge some showers and thunderstorms. If you do it just right, you should be able to do it. Look at all of that though. Low pressure center right there, and that moisture is just coming at us. And you don't see that very often. There's a severe thunderstorm watch in Oregon. That's a little strange. Moving in though, you see that rain shower activity in central Nebraska and some scattered showers moving into southeastern Nebraska right now. Maybe a rumble of thunder every now and then. Much needed precipitation though falling for many of us this afternoon.
Thank you, Rusty. Time now for a look at what's trending on KLKNTV.com. Here's Channel 8's Mark Fisher.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Mark Fisher, and we're back with another segment of what's trending on KLKNTV.com. First up, a California man was arrested on Wednesday after the Nebraska State Patrol found more than 500 pounds of cocaine in his car. Just before 10:30 a.m., troopers pulled over a Nissan Rogue traveling east on Interstate 80 near Milford. During the traffic stop, an NSP K-9 smelled the odor of a controlled substance coming from the vehicle. Troopers searched the car and found around 525 pounds of cocaine. as well as 9.3 grams of suspected heroin. The driver, a 23-year-old from Yuba City, California, was arrested on suspicion of possession of a controlled substance and possession with intent to deliver. Also getting clicks as Husker fans invade Oklahoma City for the Women's College World Series. Several bars and restaurants are preparing early. The social capital in downtown OKC plans to have extra employees just in case. And after fans sold out the city of Busch Light when the Husker men's basketball team played in March, the beer garden knew they've had to double prepare for this go-around. The Social's owner said, in quote, "I just put in a $4,000 beer order, and it was all domestics, Busch Lights, cans, and kegs." You can read about these stories and much more on our website at klkntv.com, but for now, we'll be back right here tomorrow with more trending stories.
And coming up next, a reading recession problem all over the country. The alarming warning from educators regarding kids' reading skills and what they are blaming for the issue. And friends to foes, what a rival coach is saying about Nebraska Husker softball just hours before both teams face off. That's coming up on our newscast at 5. Stay with us. Reading recession. Lee Waldman talks to experts and looks at why reading test scores are either stagnant or falling.
83% of school districts in the U.S. has seen a decline in reading achievement since 2015.
Harvard professor Dr. Tom Kane and his partners at Stanford and Dartmouth created the Education Scorecard, a real-time window into how students and local school districts across the country are learning. What they found, only 5 states plus the District of Columbia had meaningful growth in reading test scores from 2022 to 2025. Nationally, students are nearly half a grade level behind pre-pandemic reading scores.
The pandemic was just the mudslide that followed 7 years of gradual erosion in student achievement.
The Education Scorecard found over 100 districts are defying the trend and seeing improvements in reading. In the 2025 school year, West Baton Rouge Parish Schools earned its highest performance score in its history.
We've gone back to phonics. For students to learn to read and comprehend complex text, they've got to be able to decode and have those foundational reading skills.
That return to phonics, the science of reading, is being done on a larger scale at Atlanta Public Schools. Superintendent Dr. Brian Johnson has a goal to increase third grade English language arts proficiency by 20% by 2030, with a focus on phonics.
We believe that we should set those rigorous goals, and then we should put the supports in place. We have amazing teachers and amazing staff that are supporting the work and are making it happen.
I'm Lee Waldman reporting.
And now let's get a final check of the forecast. Rusty, we send things over to you.
Just watching green on the map. It's welcome for many, many folks, especially in central and parts of western Nebraska. They really need the rain. This is all going to try to push to the north and west, and some rain here now moving through the Beatrice area. That's headed towards Lancaster County and the city of Lincoln. And it won't stop there. We've got many chances for scattered showers. Look at that. By about 11 o'clock tonight, we should be seeing the eastern half of the state at least seeing a decent amount of rain. This will eventually kind of fizzle out as we head through the day on Friday into Friday afternoon, but spot showers and isolated thunderstorms, a possibility. You can kind of see them there popping up on and off throughout the afternoon. So you'll have dry period and then maybe a spot shower, a dry period, and then a spot storm, one of those kinds of days. Temperatures right now are in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Lows tonight, 50s and 60s. Highs tomorrow, 70s across the board.
Thank you, Rusty. And that's going to do it for our 4:30 newscast. Don't go anywhere. I'm not. I'm staying right here. Our 5 o'clock is coming up in just a couple of minutes. We'll see you then.
Come see us at our new South
From Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
The Huskers at peak performance, just hours away from a trip to the 2026 Women's College World Series. The Big Red facing even bigger expectations. So just what are Nebraska's odds at stealing a first-round win from Arkansas? Also, the announcer's insights.
The tag is not a tag! Huskers win! Huskers win! Huskers win! Huskers win!
We're asking the voice of the team who he thinks is leading the way and how the Huskers can take Game 1. Plus, past glory, future ambition. Channel 8 talks to a former softball legend. She breaks down the roster and the odds facing the team today. And friends to foes.
There's just such an immense amount of respect and love between the two of us, and we also know that we're going to line it up.
The Revelle-Deifel rivalry sees the light of the Women's College World Series. How the Arkansas softball head coach says she's dealing with playing one of her best friends. Well, tonight's the night. Husker softball set to come out swinging on their road to a championship. The stage is set. You got Oklahoma City, you got Nebraska, Arkansas, two of the 8 top teams in college softball, and all have the same goal, lifting the Women's College World Series trophy. We have an all-star lineup here at Channel 8 as we count down to the first pitch tonight. Nate Johnson, Jake Holman, Danielle De Silva, and meteorologist Dominic Ferraro are all on deck, you could say. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Rod Fowler. It's the Huskers versus the Razorbacks. Most importantly tonight, how difficult will this first challenge be for Nebraska? Channel 8 Sports Director Nate Johnson is leading us off tonight. Nate, what makes this first game for Nebraska so special?
Hey, thank you, Rod. Well, a lot of reasons, but these two teams match up so well against one another. We'll hear from head coach Ron Revelle speak on that in just a bit, but this game means so much for both teams. Nebraska playing in its first Women's College World Series since 2013. Arkansas, this will be their first appearance in the Women's College World Series. And the NCAA softball pumped out some sick pump-up videos ahead of today's action. A moment this team has been striving for all season, one pitch at a time. Here was Coach Revelle on playing Arkansas and what challenges they present.
They're really a balanced lineup. They have power. They have some speed. They remind us of our lineup. They have a couple more lefties that they run consistently in their lineup, but they really remind us of our lineup. Everyone up and down through the orders, I think hitting over 300 and kind of like ours, and everybody can take one over the fence, but they can also hit for average as well. And then in the circle, they've got a righty and they've got a lefty, and they both win a lot of games.
Again, first pitch is set for 8:30 p.m. Both teams have a dynamic righty and lefty pitchers. Both head coaches, great friends, and as Coach mentioned, they match up well, so should be a great first game between these two. We'll, of course, keep you updated throughout the action on our Now Local News app and have an update tonight at 10. For now, the Rod will go ahead and send things back over to you.
All right, thank you, Nate. And we asked how far you think Nebraska will go in the World Series on our poll of the day on our website, klkntv.com. As you can see there, the majority of people are saying the Huskers are national championship bound, while others are predicting they won't get a single win. So back to Nate here. What do you think of those predictions? Do you think maybe they're right for picking one of the extremes, or do you think the Huskers are going to get bounced out somewhere maybe in the middle?
Yeah, well, I'll try and keep it brief here, but when you got Jordy Fromm on your team, I think anything is possible. This team is loaded top to bottom, and if the offense gets humming, they certainly have a shot to win it all. And there's a lot of talented teams in there, but Nebraska is one of the most talented teams of the 8 there in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, we've seen that over and over and over this season. Thank you so much, Nate. Talk to you later. It's not just Nebraska that's ready to go. The Razorback players and coach speaking to the media ahead of the game tonight, they talk about how they're enjoying the moment of getting to play in the Women's College World Series, but they're also prepared to compete. For Arkansas head coach Courtney Deifel, this competition is personal. She's great friends with head coach Rhonda Revelle. What does playing against Revelle mean to her?
I think there's just such an immense amount of respect and love between the two of us, and we also know that we're going to line it up, and it's you can have both. You can have both. You can really love someone and respect them and want to compete and put everything out there and try to win the game, and I think that we both have both of those things in our hearts.
The coaches are ready to go, and the general consensus of the Arkansas players is that they're ready to be on the field as soon as possible. Well, Nebraska's tradition of excellence dating back to 2013, that's the last time the softball team won a championship. Former players are now looking to the future and the possibility of winning it all again. Channel 8's Jake Coleman joins us live. Jake, I heard you talk to a former Husker this afternoon.
Hey, good evening, Rod. Yeah, not just any Husker, but the first ever four-year captain in Nebraska's program. Well, we've talked about the impact of this historic season on so many levels. Tonight, we're hearing from a former Huskers' perspective on all of this. Well, Maddie Fowler Burkhart, a former Husker, spent all 4 years her in Lincoln, having earned the right to be called team captain, was a member of the 2016 All-Big Ten defensive and tournament team. But she was also part of Nebraska's last team to make it to the College World Series back in 2013. And while Nebraska now is just hours away from their first pitch in Oklahoma City, Fowler says there's truly a big difference from the 2013 to now, but also a similarity.
That's the difference, is this team was a ranked seed the whole way through, and they knew they had the stuff to get to the World Series, whereas we were a little bit of an underdog getting there. But you know, one of the common threads is we had two tough pitchers that could take the ball at any moment and get the job done, and so does this team, and you have to have almost two aces to make it in the World Series.
Now, Fowler also says she is so excited for this team because competing on the biggest stage in all of softball, well, there's just truly nothing like it. Now, it'll still be at least a few hours. I'm downtown live here in the rail yard, of course, before you can expect this place to be a lot more packed for a watch party, one of the many here in the city. And of course, that game will start at 8:30. But if there's one thing Fowler also told me is that if there's one thing for sure, Nebraska fans will definitely show up. For now, reporting live here in Lincoln, Jake Coleman, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Jake. And you are now taking a live look out over Oklahoma City right now. And I checked a little bit before we came out, and looked like it was mostly sunny, looked like decent softball weather. Meteorologist Dominic Ferraro joins us now to explain if Mother Nature might be throwing a curveball.
Well, we should be clear for those storm chances tonight in Oklahoma City as Nebraska taking on Arkansas, though we could see some weather impacts to this one depending on whether or not the Huskers win or lose. If they lose, they're playing again here on Friday night, where we could see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the area. Now, also, then if we win, we're looking at playing there on Saturday evening, and better chances for storms very late Saturday night, but certainly going to want to keep an eye on the weather on this one, and make sure you have the Husker poncho ready to go.
Fromm with a 1-2. Suarez swings and misses. Strike three, and Nebraska has won the 2026 Big Ten Tournament Championship.
You know his voice, and tonight Channel 8 finds out his keys to the game. The voice of the Huskers, Nate Rohr, sits down with us to dissect the gameplay. The Beatrice native has been a part of countless Big Red runs of glory. So what does he think is the Huskers' path to a championship? Channel 8's Danielle Da Silva joins us live inside Rohr's press box at Bolin Stadium. What did he have to say today, Danielle?
Well, Rod, you know, it all happens right here in the press box at Bowen Stadium, where commentator Nate Rohr, like you mentioned, has been watching the Husker softball team. Now, he's watching them put in the work to get themselves to Oklahoma City. That means learning strategy, watching their game, and Coach Rhonda Ravel's influence on their run, and also what strategy it's going to take for them to win their first game in the Women's College World Series.
With just 3 games to win to make national finals, Nate Rohr says they should just keep it simple and work with what has got them this far already. Like having shortstop Ava Kuzak and bringing back much of the lineup from last year. Also, having pitcher and Nebraska native Jordy Fromm lead.
They've really built a great team around Jordy Fromm, and that's vaulted Nebraska into a chance to compete for the national championship. Just let her pitch her game, be the elite pitcher on this stage that she has been so often in her career. Of course, bringing in Alexis Jensen.
He says the mentee-mentor relationship between Fromm and freshman Jensen has strengthened their endgame, but each pitcher bringing their own strengths to the field. As for what needs to happen at tonight's OKC game,
I think it's important for Nebraska to start strong early, get an early lead, have the ball in Jordy Fromm's hands, and then offensively, just take advantage of the opportunities that you get.
when asked about Coach Rhonda Ravel's influence, he says it's all about what she's allowed the girls to do.
In the past 6 to 7 years, I think Rhonda's really made it a priority to have the players lead the team. And so that keeps her leadership approach a little more fresh. And then let her finish it out and get you into the winner's bracket where you get a day off and you have some margin for error.
There's the plan.
Hope so.
Tonight's game will kick off at 8:30 p.m. And if Nebraska beats Arkansas, they will play again on Saturday. Now, if they lose, their next game will be Friday. We'll be keeping you updated online, on air, and on the Now Local News app. Reporting from the press box at Bowen Stadium, Danielle De Silva, Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Danielle. Let's not forget about the Husker baseball team. Its road to Omaha begins right here in Lincoln tomorrow. The team is keeping their eye on the ball, and our chief meteorologist, Rusty Dawkins, is watching the sky. Will the weather be cooperating for the fans flocking to cheer on the Huskers, Rusty?
Yes and no. Kind of depends on what time everything happens. So it's going to be one of those few days where spot showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible. It just kind of depends on where you're at and when the storms roll through. But here's the forecast. Just overall, we are going to see storms possible each day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The timing of it, though, is a little all over the place, and it's hard to explain in just 20 seconds. So we'll do that in Maine weather. But 75 on Friday, 78 on Saturday, 80 on Sunday with plenty of cloud cover. Whoa, easy does it there. Goodness sakes, that guy was rolling over that intersection. Goodness sakes. Schoen's Roofing Cam at 6 and Perkins, but that jolted me out of whatever I was talking about. I have no idea. That was fun to watch there. Scattered showers all the way down to Memphis is headed our way. And right now we're seeing that very first wave move through and into Lancaster County towards Lincoln. Light rain starting to pick up a little bit in the capital city. And then just light rain showers, parts of central and western Nebraska. A couple of thunderstorms here and there, very isolated. Temperature-wise, we're in the 60s to around 70 or 80 degrees. We're 82, one of the warmer spots in Lincoln, with a southeast wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour. I'll detail the hour-by-hour potential for rain over the next few days in a few minutes.
Thank you, Rusty. Whether you're headed to Oklahoma City for the softball games or staying in Lincoln for baseball, we want to take you with us. Scan the QR code on your screen to download the Now Local News app for free. You can send us scenes from the action from wherever you are and get paid for doing it. Well, don't go anywhere. We have more headed your way after the break and a new batch of stories in our 6 o'clock show, including celebrating early. 2 towns are already starting 4th of July celebrations. What they need so they can make sure their America 250 celebrations are as big as possible. We'll be right back after the break. American and Iranian negotiators believe they have arrived at a draft agreement. It could result in the end of the war in Iran and slowly reopen the Strait of Hormuz. However, there's no finalized deal at this point. President Trump and Iran's supreme leader have yet to give their stamps of approval. The details of what exactly is in the drafted agreement is unclear at this point, but U.S. officials say it would extend the ceasefire and gradually open the strait. The U.S. says high-level Iranian officials have indicated they can accept the terms currently on the table. Of course, World News with David Muir will have the very latest at 5:30.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Here's your highs and lows for the day, and you know what? A pretty normal day. 61, very close to the normal low. 83, very close to the normal high. Precipitation, none yet. We're not done with the day yet, though, so we'll see. There's some light rain out there right now. Trying to get to the ground. Now, this is Barry Lockham looking towards downtown Lincoln, looking to the north. The rain is coming from the other way, like this way. Boy, that was mind bender there, trying to figure out which way to point. But yeah, there's some rain showers out there, and we'll look at that here in a second. First, let's kind of set the stage with what the drought looked like last week. Again, most of the state in a drought, just solidly entrenched in this drought, from severe to extreme to even exceptional drought in some spots. We did improve in some areas, not everywhere, but we did slice off part of this extreme drought in southwest Nebraska into Colorado. We still have a long way to go. So we still need rain. There's a few chances out there over the next several days. Temperatures are in the 80s for only eastern Nebraska and then way over there in Chadron, but 82 in Lincoln, Omaha at 86, 81 in Nebraska City. Everybody else in the 60s and 70s because of that rainfall that's in parts of central Nebraska. But 82 in Lincoln, 84 in Wahoo, 77 in Beatrice. It felt muggy today, so I was a little surprised when I came in to work and said, it's 54 for a dew point, that's it. It felt a little bit higher than that, but at some spots like Hebron at 64. So there are some areas seeing more humidity than others. The southeast wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour, a little more wind off to the west. There's the rain. This is what's keeping things on the cool side for central Nebraska. So 60s right here, and now some light to maybe moderate rain trying to cross that Gage County and Lancaster County border. And it's got a long way to go, too. Look at all of this rain trying to move into our area and a few lines of thunderstorms. This isn't very strong. This just is a different setup from a severe weather setup. This is basically coming from the Gulf and coming at us like a little bit of a backwards swing. And that's because there's high pressure way to our west and high pressure to our east. So this is just, we're kind of stuck in the middle. Hopefully, folks that need the rain get the rain. And that's kind of where it's headed. You remember where all of those, the worst of the drought was, western half of the state, and that's kind of where this is headed. But very light right now, not going to amount to much. And Stormcast has most of the staying in central and eastern Nebraska through Friday. I'll zoom into central and eastern Nebraska here. Maybe a spot thunderstorm early tomorrow morning. Showers, probably not a whole lot of lightning in this. And then as we get into the afternoon, that kind of fizzles out, but spot showers and an isolated thunderstorm going to be a possibility through the afternoon. So I am sure everything that's going on outside for Friday, baseball games included, we'll be watching this closely because it's not going to be in the Lincoln area all the time, but every now and then one of those storms could cross the path of Lincoln. So keeping a close eye on that. No severe weather expected, and it looks like all of this basically goes away as soon as the sun sets, and then we're left with a quiet rest of the night on Saturday into very early Saturday morning. How much rain are we talking? Some spots might see a good soaking, but it just depends if you get underneath one of those thunderstorms or not. But maybe a quarter to a half to maybe an inch of rainfall. I mean, that's optimistic, but I'm an optimistic kind of guy. 65 degrees tonight with showers moving in. Spotty thunderstorms every now and then through early tomorrow morning. Upper 50s, lower and middle 60s to start the day. And then I think we'll only get in the middle 50s. Scattered storms especially the first half of the day, then an isolated storm or two in the afternoon, otherwise partly cloudy, and a little cooler southeast wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Middle 70s, which is well below average by, well, about 5 degrees. We get back into the upper 70s on Saturday. That storm chance also on Saturday, also on Sunday. Morning and evening storm chances each day on Saturday and Sunday, and then hit or miss storms during the afternoon over the weekend. Then just small chances Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But that's a lot of chances for rain, and then drying out and warming up next week.
Thank you, Rusty. Right now it is Give to Lincoln Day until midnight tonight. It's Lincoln's one big day of giving, a chance for you to make donations to your favorite charities and nonprofits. The celebrations for the big day happening on Tower Square at 13th and P today. Citizen journalist Kevin sending some video from that event to our Now Local News app. There were plenty of vendors there packing the square. And look at this, the Lincoln High School band even making an appearance to provide some entertainment. So far, well over $9 million has been donated in this Give to Lincoln campaign. Stay with us. We have more for you after the break and a whole lot more at 6 o'clock, including free food for kids. How Lincoln Public Schools is planning to provide almost 2 months worth of free meals to kids across the capital city this summer. Stay with us. Rusty, you have a line of showers from Nebraska all the way down to the south, right?
We were just talking about this during the break. The counterclockwise rotation around low pressure got me thinking, did you know your ceiling fans can go different directions?
Yes.
And that's during the summer they go one direction and in the winter they go a different direction. You should check that out. If you're at home, look at your ceiling fan. Make sure it's going the right way. A few bolts of lightning, not a whole lot associated with this entire system, especially in the capital city and Nebraska. Not seeing a whole lot of lightning with this, just rain, which great. We need whatever rain we can get, and there's quite a bit of it. Just it's not going to amount to much right away, but if it can continue, we could see a quarter to a half an inch of rain out of this. 60s, 70s, and 80s for temperatures tomorrow morning. 50s and 60s highs tomorrow. A cooler day. I think we'll see 70s for just about everybody, and then as we head through the next 7 days, rain chances every day over the next several days.
All right, thank you, Rusty. Be sure to join us at 6. We'll continue to get you ready for tonight's Husker softball game. World News is coming up next. We'll see you back here at 6.